Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
A budget can either be a financial plan for future income earned and expenses incurred, or a projected balance sheet goal you wish to attain. You use your budget to validate the business activities in the coming year. Knowing what your business activities will cost and when such expenses will occur will help prevent any unexpected surprises that could lead to financial problems. In gathering your figures, keep in mind that without accurate information, budgeting becomes guessing. If you've never created a budget before, you may want to talk with an accountant about the process. Once the period for which you've created the budget is complete, you can compare the budgeted figures with the actual results. Get into the habit of making this a regular part of your business routine. Next, if the figures are different, ask yourself why. For example, if some of your expenses are higher than the budgeted figures, do you need to look for ways to cut the expenses, or does it reflect an increase in sales? Ensure that you use the information constructively and use it to improve your budget figures for the next period. A good way to start your budget is by examining your chart of accounts. Consider each expense account listed and estimate the amount that you will spend for this category in the next year. The previous year's income statement is also a good reference point, but do not rely on it entirely. Make sure to consider things like price changes and cost increases too. Next, determine your required income. Calculate revenue either from figures in the previous year's income statement or from projected income. This should give you a good starting point for your budget. Once you have the annual figures that you would like to budget, you can begin to break them down into smaller time increments. You can break it down into quarters, or better yet, into monthly budget amounts. This will allow you to spot potential problems before the end of the year when it may be too late. During the year, the monthly or quarterly budget provides you with one of the most important financial management tools. Looking at the next fiscal period's budget allows you to anticipate peak sales periods and schedule stock and labor to handle the increased volume. You can plan things like vacations or special sales promotions during the slower periods. Let's look at how you can use budgets in QuickBooks, Peachtree, and Excel. QuickBooks. This program has a very nice setup for creating budgets. You can create either a profit and loss budget that reflects all activity for the year, or a balance sheet budget that projects the ending balances in the accounts. Next, you decide if you want to use the last year's figures as the basis of the budget, or create your own numbers from scratch. Then you will see a screen that lists all of the accounts. You can enter or change any of the figures shown. QuickBooks also gives you 4 different reports on budgets that can be customized for any date range you select. Peachtree. Creating a budget in Peachtree is not as easy as it is in QuickBooks. First, you must select each account for which you want to set a budgeted amount within the chart of accounts. You have to then go to the Budget tab for that account and enter the budgeted amounts for the fiscal periods. Peachtree includes one report, the Income versus Budget report, that compares the current fiscal period and year-to-date figures to the figures listed in the budget. Excel. If you create a budget in Excel, the only limitation is your skill with the program. You can create a simple budget that lists each account and then shows both the amount budgeted and the actual amount spent for each fiscal period. At the end of the sheet, you can create a formula to add totals to keep track of the budget for the year as well.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.